Hi guys, Shamdek here and welcome back to Strange Horticulture. I had to turn off the music because last time it got copyright. So we'll be playing with no music. Hopefully it's not too bad. I know I can go explore, but I feel like I don't know what we would go explore. So we'll start with some customers first. We got Ruben. The Fox button was no help, I'm afraid. The Sisterhood still refused to speak openly with me. Not that I have the time to pursue it properly. I'm rushed off my feet this week. There has been a body found up in Swineside Stone Circle, and apparently it's a grisly one. I don't suppose you've got anything to help keep my lunch down. My stomach's never coped too well with the grisly ones. That sounds like a bad crime scene, but we should go visit. Swineside Stone Circle. I'm looking for long, soft leaves. So that one's got stiff leaves. Well, this one says it has soft leaves, so it could be this one. There we go. Now, I want to see if we can go check out this circle place where the grisly murder was. I shudder at the thought of what happened here. If those stones could tell us what they saw, a chill comes over me and I realize that I do not want to linger. Oh, I guess it was bad that I went there. Well, I don't regret it. Curiosity, as they say. Oh, the mailman. David. Morning. Verona Green handed me this for you. She seemed in a good mood. I meant to tell you this yesterday, but it slipped my mind. I discovered a plant on a recent trip to Grisdale Forest, just northeast of Rustland. It was nothing like I've ever seen before. I would have brought it back with me if the Sisterhood had given me a moment alone, but they seem overly protective lately. Kind regards, Verona Green. So we're going to Grisdale forest just northeast of Russell. As soon as I step off the road, two members of the sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I'm not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. Well, that's upsetting. That's definitely where we gotta go. Alright, let's see what our next customer wants. It's Faye Swift. I'm afraid the camphor you gave me is helping me sleep, and I am very grateful for it, but the visions are as strong as ever. The woman in the jade mask appears in my dreams every night. She screams at me, but I do not know why. Behind her, that presence is always there, dark and dreadful. I don't know what to do. The dreams feel like a warning that I don't understand. A mosaic of color that refuses to come into focus. Some part of me wants to stare down that abyss, but I'm afraid. Okay, so this is the consequences thing. So I'm guessing one of these will suppress, then the other one will help her go down the path. So the first choice, when burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic ability, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecy. But candlewood, the second one, produces a red flower that provides a shielding effect, protecting against all manner of afflictions of the mind. I have never played this game before, so I'm not sure what the best choice is. But, like, she's our psychic, so she clearly delves into this. But I don't know, I feel bad for her if she keeps having bad dreams. So I think we give her the candlewood. So long thin stems grow among tall leaves. So this one looks like an option. Then there's this one. Okay, I remember now that I moved all my flowers over. Oh, red flower. Never mind. Get back. sandalwood. So I still want to go to the forest. I want to know that plant. I think I went. We're gonna try. Oh, we got it. From the moment I step off the road, I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Suddenly, I find my way blocked by three women wearing green cloaks and holding short elm bows. Nobody may wander freely throughout the forest by order of the Arda, says the leader of the trio. I turn to walk back, but then again, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. We got the mellow glow. We, Margaret? We don't come here from Undermere. We don't come to Undermere often, but I heard about your shop, and I said to Francis we simply must pay a visit. It's a wonderful breath of life in an otherwise dreary town. I'm the green-fingered one, and it's not really his cup of tea, but I persuaded him that the trip would do him good. Besides, he'll be wanting to take a boat out on the lake. Shame about this awful weather, though. I was gonna say it's raining. You must come to Zirza? We have a small library with some books on plants that my grandfather acquired many years ago. I'm sure they will be of interest to a horticulturist such as yourself. You are cordially invited to Sirza Castle by Lord and Lady Elsbeth. Oh. I was like, I already forgot the name of the castle. Oh man. I am greeted enthusiastically by Lady Elsbeth herself. She is very talkative and has many questions on horticulture that I do my best to answer as she takes me on a tour of the gardens. Oh, you must take a sample of this back with you, she exclaims, pointing out to a plant that I do not recognize, but before I can stop to take a look, she has already whisked me on to the next. And this one too, she says. I'm quite exhausted by the time we make it to the library, and I don't have the time to make as thorough a study as I would like. Nevertheless, I am able to find an interesting entry that I note down. Don't forget these, Lady Elsbeth cries as I make to leave. She thrusts the plants from the gardens into my hands, and I thank her warmly. So we went just northeast of Rusland, but it didn't count it as done. Philip says mushroom red spores moves in the dark. That's all I've got. Any ideas? It doesn't look like red spores though. I'm thinking this is the bishop's parcel because it talks about milky fluid. Moves in the dark is what's getting me. Maybe this one? Okay, so it's not that one. Is it this one that I already identified? Yep. We're just having a little bit of a rough day here at the strange horticulture shop. The Sisterhood really don't want me to explore. They're saying Black Comb is haunted now. Bradley Miller told me he saw a ghost of a huge deer, antlers and all, but then Bradley Miller also says he can talk to squirrels. Either way, there's something evil in the hills and I'm not taking any chances. Awful what happened to that poor young man up in Swineside. I've come here for some stinking mountain. I have a Sunset Mount Cap, and that says Sunset Mount Cap. But that one's got the milky, so I don't think it's that one, even though it's got the unpleasant odor. That one's not really dough. The only two I don't have identified is this one and this one. That fits the dome. I will try it. Got our Sunset Mountain Cap. I feel like I forgot to label something, but I don't know. Oh, I have to use Mellow Glow. This is what I messed up last time. So we were in the right spot. So thorny. This one's thorny. Says among other uses for this plant, the most remarkable is that it can allow a person to pass unnoticed. Though not invisible, it is best to become hidden from sight and memory. The Mellow Glow has sharp thorns that protect it from predators. one didn't say sharp thorns, but this one specifically says sharp thorns, so I'm gonna go with this one. Always have to label so I don't forget. With the help of the mellow glow, I walk right past the sisters without them paying me any heed. Chuckling to myself, I collect the plant that Verona talked about and take my leave. It's an interesting looking plant. My will to explore is almost full, so I kind of want to explore. Water a couple of our plants. And we'll do one more exploration before we finish. So I don't really have any hints or any to go off of, so I guess I can a random place to go. It was just kind of where do you think to go? I so wish I knew what this meant, like if it's for the buttons on the table or if it's a hint to go somewhere in here. I forgot that we've been here. I was like, oh, we'll just go to a random place in the mountains. Because I have the one flower identified that will keep us warm. Just in case if like more mountain areas needed the warmth flower. She lives alone in the castle to the northwest of the abbey. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everheart grows. I forgot to read the bottom. So she lives alone at the castle northwest of the abbey. So that says abbey. So I'm assuming she lived in Ergmont Castle. She buried her husband 3 miles to the east where the Everheart grows. Each box is a mile, so I'm assuming it's B4. I could be absolutely wrong, but let's try it. A dead tree, its bark cracked and blackened by fire, stands alone on the hillside. Off to one side, a patch of flowers grows on a low mound. Well, the card is gone, so I'm assuming we did it correctly. Don't forget to pet Hellebore. Faye Swift, I must thank you. Last night was the first time in weeks my mind has calmed. I am no longer tormented by visions of the woman in the jade mask and that terrible monster. Now I'm wondering if you have some worry lists to keep my over-anxious thoughts at bay. I believe I should. Worry less is an aptly named plant. Inhaling the smell of the flowers is said to help ease symptoms of anxiety. I don't have the little check mark, so I'm assuming it's not part of my already labeled things. So it looks like it has leaves that go up. I don't have the little lines like this one does. This one could kind of work. Cream colored flowers, they smell wonderful. I mean, it smells nice, so maybe that one. That one doesn't have the line, nor does that one. So we'll go with this one. Nice. I wonder if there's like a new game plus option where you could just have everything already labeled. Alright, we have enough to explore. Back to picking random places to go. I don't remember if we've been to the Abbey or not. I know we haven't been to like these random places. just go visit a random town. So Endmore. After a pleasant amble through the village, I find myself in a farmer's field. There is a little of botanical interest here, only a few sheep and an old scarecrow. He leers at me from the perch, arms askew. I notice he's dressed in an outfit that looks like a shopkeeper's outfit. Once respectable, now shabby. I cannot quite place who that reminds me of. We have Simone. I met a strange man on the road to Sedberg not 2 days ago. Stranger still, he asked after you. He said he had something for you. Don't ask me what. That doesn't sound good. So I told him where to find you, but he looked stricken when I mentioned Undermere. Said he doesn't come near towns at all if he can help it. He was headed west, at least I think he was. He said he was looking for the Winter Spring. I'll write this down for you. Anyway, that's my news. Did you manage to find the plant I wanted? Yes. Okay, so the man wanted to meet you, headed west from Sedberg. There's Sedberg. West is this way. Possibly near the source of the river Winster. I'm gonna guess here. Nothing there. I thought it'd be the mailman. Normally they're the second one to come. I'm not long for this world, and I have decided that I want to be buried in a grave decorated with a rare and beautiful cabella like a huntsman with their covered tomb. Captain. It says it's a rare plant that is believed to help the dead find peace in the afterlife. Those who can afford it place wreaths made from them at the graves of their loved ones. Cabella flowers almost always contain 6 petals. Finding a 7-petaled flower is considered to bring good fortune. So flowers with 6 petals. It really looks like this one. We got it on the second try. The hermit's camp is easy to find, nestled between 2 boulders above the spring. The cooled remains of a fire ringed by stones is the only immediate sign that anyone was here. I call out, but there is no reply. The hermit is not here. A more thorough search of the campsite yields something interesting. Tucked off to one side, I discover some broken pieces of wood arranged on the floor. So 2 down and 3 So 2 south, 3 east. Okay. So 2 down would take us to L, and then 3 to the east is just below the castle, so it's going to be L26. Apparently not. Let's water the flowers. There we go. It was L25. I miscounted. The camp at the Winster Spring has led me to another camp of sorts where I'm greeted by an eccentric man. Oh, yes, yes. Hoo hoo hoo. The man says, "You must take this. Take it. Take it." At his instance, I receive the looking glass that he thrusts into my hand. He places an envelope directly on top. It's no use to me anymore. No use. Don't forget to. The red? The red? The red? The red. Ebony. I'm sure that he is quite mad. It is said that the red ebony plant has a property of uncovering that which is hidden or secret. I have perfected a device designed to use extract from the plant in concert with a viewing window in order to permit the user to see magic otherwise invisible to the naked eye. I don't think I have that plant. Oh, scary unknown lady. Your reputation is growing, horticulturist. I hear you are the person to come to for plants that are difficult to acquire. Maybe. Who's selling me out? My head feels like it is being torn in two lately. I'm looking for some hop heart. Hop heart. Inhaling smoke from burning the dried leaves of this plant can provide pain relief. Firm leaves grow up from the stems, leading to blue flowers. I'm going to guess this one. Always label your plants. want to waste my will to explore. I just have to figure out where exactly I should go? No idea. I misclicked. I wanted to go to the White Scar Cave. I guess that worked out for me. Whoever wrote on my map has been very helpful. I've never thought about coming to this place in search of a plant. Verona is back again. Reuben Ward has called on my unique expertise to aid in his investigation of the Swineside Stone Circle. Unique expertise. Ha! He knows how to flatter an old woman when he wants something. I thought about telling him to suck an egg, give it a good long thought actually, but my curiosity has got the better of me. He must be desperate if he's coming to me, and I'll bet they've found something juicy down there. Signs of a ritual sacrifice, maybe. I could do with some witch fig to take with me. Always comes in useful. Witch fig, a plant that is said to have many uses, including easing the symptoms of infection, soaking up moisture, and detecting the presence of certain compounds. It is also well liked by butterflies. It has similar leaves to the fever kiss plant, which is often confused. So it has similar pale leaves. And berries. So my first thought is this one. So that's got to be the other one. Oh, what is this? Oh, this is our occult scholar. So maybe this one, because it has yellow berries and palish leaves? That would tell me that the other one is the fever kiss, because I just got it wrong. Okay, so that's the witch fig. I see why they I don't know why it cut out. I said I could see why they get confused. Do we absolutely know that's a fever kiss? No, but that's my guess considering I did just get those two backwards. Yeah, and it has red berries and pale colored leaves, so we're just gonna leave that labeled as fever kiss. Now to the cave that I wanted to go to earlier. A thin crack runs down the rock face, widening as it nears the ground, just wide enough for a man to slip through, but there's a problem. A large boulder blocks the entrance, too heavy to move. Farmers worry? Farmer's Worry is a spongy mushroom with potent abilities only safe to consume in small quantities. Grants great strength for short periods at the expense of severe fatigue once the effect has worn off. Do I have this? This one kind of looks like a sponge, but so does this one. It just doesn't say anything about spores, though, and these have spores on them. I don't know that I have Farmer's Worry. I guess we can't go in the cave right now. Oh man, angry man that was gonna report me. I never see anybody in your shop. It's a daily surprise to me that you're still in business. I just had how many customers? Believe me, I wouldn't be in here if I didn't have to be, especially with that dang cat still here. You don't talk about hellebore like that. I need some bishop's parcel for a work-related matter. Do you now? Mr. Angry something man. I thought I already identified. No, I didn't. I think I'm thinking of Saint something instead of Bishop. A mushroom found in a dark and damp place is feeding on any light that gets close to it. It can seem to draw lights and enveloping its surrounding in darkness. The gills on the underside of the mushroom seep a milky fluid that can be consumed as treatment for stomach pain. This one's got a white liquid oozing from it. Alright, so out of curiosity, I'm gonna look up where we can get the farmers. I forget what the plant was already called. I remember it was called farmers something. So I want to go in that cave now. Farmer's worry. That's what we want. So far, I'm not finding anything. Okay, so there's G20. Mushrooms, how have I never been here before? They're hard to find, but soon I'm seeing them everywhere. There's our farmer's worry. Okay, now let's go back to the cave. Sorry, I forgot I have to water things in order to go explore. Listen, we like random explorations. Besides, it's the end of the business day. We have no customers waiting. The mailman didn't come today. This is the first day he hasn't visited me. Maybe I didn't actually get anything today. Back to the cave. We knew that because I Googled it. White Scar Cave. I am surprised at how easily I am able to roll away the boulder with the help of the farmer's worry. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, I discover several clusters of fungi growing there, reaching out desperately to the thin strip of light provided by the crack. More mushrooms. Alright, we can end the day. I did my cave exploration. The old man, this card looks kind of eerie, but the old man of Constance looks out across the lake with blind eyes. His mind wanders with the current, floating gently southwards to the fork. Not long after the girl left home, her father wept, but he was so caught up in his own grief that he let her go and did not look for her. Oh, we can read the day before. At 15, her mother, strong, dependable, loving, was struck down by typhoid. The girl drew inward as her father turned to drink. Is this her story? Hellebore is awake today. I know I should go where that's telling me to go. But I really want to find the red ebony for that device. Oh, that storm though. So I'm not seeing anything about obtaining it through searching. Okay, let's figure out where we're supposed to go for this. So we found the water. Oh yeah, old man. With his blind eyes. His mind wanders with southwards towards the port. So here? We got it. The heavens open up as I reach the fork. I take a moment to pause and listen to the sound of the water on water. I am soaked through, but my spirits are high as I return home. I am not empty-handed. 2 new plants today. I have so many plants. I feel like I have just as many labeled as I have unlabeled. The insects make the salt marshes uninhabitable. People stay away and not much grows there, but I know where to find an unusual plant. Ooh, do tell. I've drawn you a map in case you decide it's worth your time. Gladly. Pet hellebore for good luck. So it looks like it's right over in here. Like this is the water coming in. This is the line. There's somewhere here. So maybe F2? The air is thick with flying, biting insects, an unbearable plague. I fight against it for mere moments before I'm overwhelmed. If only I had some blue winter to keep them at bay. Do I have winter boar? Maybe. Also known as a blue aloe or blue winter after its cool blue-gray flowers. Winter boar is a hardy plant often found growing in extreme cold environments. The rubbery leaves make an effective insect repellent when applied to the skin. So blue flower and rubbery leaves. Smells like rhubarb. Here's gray blue. There we go. blue winter saves my skin, but the swirling mass of insect is so thick in places that it is hard to see. At length, I come across what I came for and hurry away. Oh, pet hellebore 13 times. Oh, cat lover. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier, Bethany Coleman. The Sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Adra was poisoned with gilded dendra has worried everyone. The temporary acting Arda is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing, a runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. We're trying to find her, and Sister Charlotte remembers that the Jacob's Worth plant is said to help locate people. If I have it, we will share. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacob's Worth, but it is the leaves that have the most interesting properties. It is said that they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate and have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out in the fells. So, unusual flowers, I see this. And the leaves match the picture. We're gonna try it. Look at that. I'm running out of room. I still don't know where to get the red ebony plant. I still don't know what this is either. Let's go to random towns. You wouldn't think, following the modern railway line to Tibet, that this prosperous village was once home to a notorious prophetess, Mary Baines, a local witch, haunted the locals with her tales about the end of the world. Although such prognostications may seem quaint nowadays, her grave in the churchyard is still avoided by all the village and nothing grows there. That's sad. Arthur Cook. It's my wife's birthday and I wanted to get her something special. There was a plant that she used to love as a child, but she hasn't been able to find any in years. It has a sort of bulb-like and strong smell to it, but strong in a good way. Oh, and the flower is more like lots of little flowers. Maybe this light purple one? The smell is alluring. Not that one. Maybe this one? Nope. My next guess would be this one. It's always one I've already identified. Oh, I didn't realize my exploration was full. Dennis Aylford, we've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendru. Who are you? I represent a group called the Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sagil Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendru. Who just visited me? The cultist? Do we join the cult or do we not join the cult? I don't think we want to join them. It seems like a bad time. Back to visiting room. Oh, I accidentally went there. No. Sorry, Hellebore, I saw him jump. Verona Green, I returned from Swineside. I must admit I was hoping for more to go on, but there were certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the stone circle. And the poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though. Grizzly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on the sample of the gilded trend. I really thought I had that one labeled. I guess not. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black as the blood succumbs to Dendra's miasma, a sure and painful way to die. Oh. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of this plant can be painful. Just a wee bit skeptical. Out of the way, watering can. We're looking for like floppy V leaf. That doesn't say anything about. These ones are big. Sweet, strong aroma. I don't know about that one. That one has an unpleasant scent. The leaves don't look like that though. It smells like rhubarb. My fingers ache from handling this plant. Touching the plant can be painful. This one. My section of labeled plants is becoming larger by the second. We have Anne Wood. My aunt died 2 weeks ago and I inherited her house. I have been sifting through her possessions and last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic, I found a coffin. I read sniffing through her possessions. More unusual still, it was bound by strong binds, so strong that I cannot cut through them. I wouldn't open that. I immediately thought of your shop. Well, thanks, I guess. You know about plants, right? I do happen to know about plants. It's my whole job. My whole profession, if you will. But that doesn't seem like a good idea. Whatever's in that coffin should probably stay in there. But what do I know? I'm just a shopkeeper. Anyways, it is sometimes called Everheart. The pink flowers of the royal genta are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release a bind of swift snare is to apply a paste created from the sap of a royal. Well, the only pink kidney thing I have is this one. Okay. The book and that are not cooperating with me so I can label it. I feel like I'm towards the end of the game with the fact that I have almost labeled every plant in this book. Let's go to the tower. 2 butterflies dance and flutter, seemingly guiding me towards the steps of an old little tower. I nosy up the window and peer inside, but it looks like it has been abandoned a long time ago. I knock once for good measure, but only dust remains. Part of me is like, I should go to the swine side place, but my dread was a little high, so I didn't want to risk it. 5 miles south of the tallest but one, it grows in peace in the midday sun. Before she left, she turned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book, her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but now it had become an obsession. I know, like, my will to find a thing. Five miles south of the tallest but one. The tallest what? Okay, I see. So I gotta look at how high these are. That's on my magnifying glass. Maybe Howfell or Bowfell? Bowfell? Nope, Seafell Pike is higher. Alright, I'm gonna go with Seafell Pike, so 5 miles south. Nothing. Uh-oh, the lady with the coffin. I was able to strip away the swift snare vines and lift the lid with a little more than trepidation on it. To my relief, but also disappointment, the coffin contained nothing but dust. Thank goodness. At least that's what I thought at first, but then when I looked closer, I discovered a golden amulet embedded in gray ash. On the back of an amulet is an inscription that says, "With Solomon's scepter I awake. Don't do it." Solomon's scepter, that's a plant, right? What are you doing? I feel like bad things are about to. Solomon's scepter, also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn. The flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling small flowers grow among the stem. That's that purple one. I don't know what I just helped that lady do, but better not come back here and blame me. So back to trying to figure out my little tarot card. Before customers will figure it out. Sorry, I'm silent. I'm intensely staring at this map, trying to think, like, what does it mean? Because it says the tallest but one. So this is the tallest. So does it mean the second tallest? That, I think, bow fell? Because that's 978 and this is 902, and then the next closest would be 899. Because I've tried doing 5 from here, and then I did 5 from here minus 1. So maybe it's 5 from here. There we go. The forest here is lush and vibrant. The bird song feels enchanting, like the call of sirens. Nestled in the undergrowth under the shade of the birch tree, a plant grows. That's an interesting looking plant. I think that's the one that I looked up earlier that I did. That we need for this. Not that. Oh, red ebony. Activate the viewing device. So that is the red ebony. Too many ends. It's not red, but okay. They're glowing. Huzzah! I'm curious if it'll change colors if it's in the correct spot. No, they all stay blue. It works. Hold on, we have to investigate the shop. That was the one that I randomly got. Any more secret? The Great Oak. Ooh. A tree stands before me, impossibly tall and wide, bigger than I could ever have imagined. Any living thing might be. Its upper branches graze the sky. That was called the Great Oak. Tomb of the Hunter. Ooh, we'll go there next. Water the... Water... Gotta water the plants. We must know the secrets. The customers can wait, Hellebore. I feel like he's staring at me. The Tomb of the Hunter. So that's what, B14? The memorial bears the name Swift Prior. It stirs a memory. He was one of the Dryer. Theirs is a lonely life at the mercy of the dangerous addiction. They build a tolerance to the Drethanium sap in childhood that they might benefit from its potent effects, but they will die if they stop taking it. An unusual plant grows sparsely around the memorial. Hey, I'll take the plant. Thank you, sir. Had to check him out, make sure, there's no secrets on the cat. That was everything. Alright. Oh, it's the mail guy, David. I heard a shepherd got killed by some wild beast up near Swineside Stone Circle. They say it slaughtered half his flock as well. Jeez. People around here don't seem too bothered, but I guess it's got them panicked down by Foxfield Way. Kentmere Eye? There's nothing else with this letter. I descend into a pleasant valley where a village of Ketmere is situated. On my way, I pass Brockstone, or Badger Rock, which has always been popular with local children who challenge each other to scramble up the craggy sides. I make a beeline to the village church, St. Cuthbert's, which is sheltered by an ancient yew tree. There are many plants to admire amongst the headstones and tombs, but sadly nothing extraordinary for me to find today. That's it. What do you mean, Ketmere? Is that what it means? Is that what this is for? I was like, I just noticed it has an eyeball. There we go. From Kentmere, I follow the bearing of the eye and end up in a small forest north of Kendal. The woods are thick with briar and brambles, but amongst the tangled undergrowth, a type of flower is flourishing. Find the briar's dislocation, a mystery solved. All right. Hey, Verona's back. Well, this is getting interesting. I was able to confirm that it was indeed gilded dendra that was used at the Swineside ritual site. Uh-oh. That's a worrying sign. It's a plant that is used in several of the darker incantations. And it can't be a coincidence that the very same plant was used in the poison of Arda. There must be a connection between this other murder and the sisterhood. Yeah, that weird cult guy. I need some mental clarity to think it through some more. Some maiden sorrow would help a lot. I mean, my money's on the cult guy. I don't know for... So, maiden sorrow. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it's the thorns along the stem that are thought to lend it its name. This one. I was like, I was the only other one that I remembered had the thorns on it. Yeah, my red ebony is already checked off because I got it right. Yeah. Hold on, I almost forgot to label my plant. It's Maiden Sorrow. assume there's multiple endings considering that you can join the cult versus not join the cult. It'd be nice if there was like a new game plus where you could keep all your labels. We have the will to explore, so let's explore. I want to go to the wide side stone circle because I keep talking about it. My dread. I knew that was gonna happen. Ruben is back. It looks like I'm going to have to make a trip to Blackcomb. Verona noticed something at the Swineside site that had me pondering. A piece of slate with a symbol drawn on it in black. Can't think of anywhere else around there where you'd get that slate from. That and Bradley Miller keeps insisting that he saw something up in Blackcomb. But then again, Bradley Miller does claim that Fairy stole his wheelbarrow. If I'm going to spend a night out in the hills, I'll want to take some eye bright with me. Take care not to touch its brightly colored thorns. They will do no lasting damage, but they contain a small amount of venom that will cause a severe pain for several days. That doesn't sound great. A plant that only grows in the south warmer climates where they call it loath after a long dead king, known to improve eyesight at night even in the darkest places. We're looking for something else with thorns that's not labeled on this side. One. That's the only one I see that has thorns on it that's not labeled. Because it doesn't have the check mark, so I didn't label it yet. There we go. Perfect. I have a very labeled shop. Let's go to Muncaster Castle. I don't think we've been there yet. A proud edifice of Muncaster Castle, the residence of Lord Fremont, a collector of ancient manuscripts. Interesting. Forest. I don't remember him. Does it ever stop raining in Undermere? Probably not. You have a reputation in the town for knowing about unusual plants. I have a lot. I need some gray sandfire. Nobody around here seems to even know what I'm talking about, but I hope I'm in the right place now. Probably, sir. Probably. Alright, gray sandfire has a tough outer bark which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care to not swallow it as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. This looks like a roaring fire. Like, smells faintly of mud smoke. There we go. one last exploration. Where we want to go? I don't think we've been to Meat Hop. On the outskirts of Meat Hop Village, I pass a large attractive villa which would not look out of place in the Swiss Alps. A number of people are lying in basket chairs on the veranda. They are well dressed but very pale. One lady has a painful sounding cough. I pass a discreet metal sign, Westmoreland Sanatorium. Of course, these are individuals receiving therapeutic treatment for their tuberculosis. Interesting. So I think once I finish day 8, I'll end the stream. So we did like 4 days the first time, and we'll do 4 days this time. So it says Low Wick to Eagle Hill, and then Foxfield to Crinkle Crags. Okay. At first she felt free, but it wasn't long before the reality of her situation began to take its toll. As she stole food when she was hungry and slept in makeshift shelters, not knowing where she was going, not caring. Every day she made her way to Grisdale Forest. So we have Lowick to Eagle. Down Eaglehead. Where's Lowick? It's that away. Okay. Diagonal. Now I need Foxfield to Crinkle Crag. Foxfield. Oh, so it makes an X. So it's somewhere in here that they intersect. Use my hand in real life to help me out. So it seems like it'd be that one that I'm on, or this one. One of these two. I guess we'll just start with this one and then water plants if I'm wrong. There we go. The magpie sees me before I see it. I do not know how long it has been watching me, but I can tell that it is interested in my movements. A strange sensation creeps over me, and I feel an urge to leave this place, but not before collecting a plant for further study. 1 for sorrow. Turning to leave, I see another magpie and another plant I've never seen before. 2 for joy. Welcome to my plant collection, unlabeled plants. Ennis Aylford is back. Ignoring our offer was a mistake. Oh, it's the cult man. The Dendru has awoken. The redemption is upon us, and when it arrives, you will not be spared. I knew you were evil. The unknown lady is back. My mind is clouded, dark. I see it and it sees me, all of me. Elderfim is the answer. It must be. I will not forget those who helped me. Horticulture. The petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in painful death. It has an intoxicating scent similar to Solomon's scepter. Well, considering I have Solomon's scepter already labeled, this one shouldn't be too bad to find. So this looks exactly like that. And none of the other ones have that look. Oh, this one. Honestly, I really like the purple labels the most. Exploring. I don't know if we've been to Hawkshed. Hawkshed is a characterful tangle of alleys, archways, and cobbled squares. Although most of the residents are honest, hardworking tradesfolk, it is still prudent to stay alert when navigating the town's warren of lanes. I've noticed a shady-looking character draped in a hood and cloak, following me from afar since I arrived. He's probably just a local eccentric, but in these troubled times, it is not worth taking any risk. They're probably mad that I didn't join the cult. Right, Hellebore? Grace Enright. My mom was into horticulture. Congratulations. I found this among her things. Golden light? That's a plant, right? I'm not sure what long meg could mean, though. Is that another plant? Anyway, I thought you should have it, just in case it's any help. She loved this shop. Golden light. Start at long med. Just making sure there's no secrets on it. I have no idea what this means. Who was that lady that gave me it? Per the Google, it means D27. The river is in its youth here, flowing swiftly through the rocks with a melodic gurgle. Along the tall grasses that line the river bank is much more unusual looking flower. And supposedly this is the weeping bell. Help me, the amulet. I can't remove it and it's drawing the life from me. I told you it was a bad thing. People don't listen. Okay, the long Virkon, sometimes called Witch's Remedy, the long Virkon is believed to lift curses. Small leaves grow in pairs along the stem. What? Those ones don't have any lines in it, but this one does. This one has lines, so we're gonna guess. Nope. Alright, the other one. Okay, it was the purple one. I can remove it. I can feel it working, thank you. You're welcome. What was the lesson we learned here? Don't put on strange amulets? Hey, that's the guy that's been sending me letters. It's good to see you, my friend. I've been on the road so long I'd started to wonder if you were still on the other end of the letters I've been sending. I've been here. I'm back in town for a few days though, and I wanted to give you these before I forgot. Ooh. Give me what? Presents? I found them in the pocket of an overcoat that belonged to your uncle. I almost threw them away, but I thought the symbols on them might mean something to you. It is this. We got it. Ooh. Open the secret drawer. Oh my goodness. What is this coin? A briar's disc, often called smuggler's disc, is a simple device that can be used to send coded messages. The location of cache cargo, for example. The principle is cuttingly straightforward, but the code is undecipherable to prying eyes. Both parties must be in possession of the disc of identical size with the same symbols etched around the edge in a map. To encode a location, you would then place the disc over some named point on the map nearby and note whichever symbol is pointing to the location. It may be necessary to string multiple symbols together, but you can use this method to search for a point on the map. Ooh, that's the tree. Don't know what else that means, but we also have this. Black Hall Road in I find the medicinal herbology shop off Black Hall Road. I know you, says the man behind the counter. Robert Barrow, presumably. You're the owner of Strange Horticulture. 2 hours later, after a lengthy and engaged discussion covering a variety of botanical subjects, we decide on a trade. It turns out Robert is a collector of unusual fungi and have just the thing for him. So we want copper Caledonia. The plant has a rejuvenation effect, but most who have tried to benefit from its properties have come to realize that it is a curse, not a blessing. Though you may appear younger, you will quickly become more frail and brittle. The red patches that are often seen growing on it are in fact a type of fungus themselves and not a part of the plant. This. Oh, I got 3 plants as a reward? Oh, thank you, sir. Pleasure to do business. Welcome to the labeled plant section. It is so beautiful and growing. But then I feel like I just get so many more unlabeled plants. I have no idea what any of this means, but it seemed like something you might find interesting. I found it while clearing out a nook off the east wing. Thanks, Simone. Baylock's elixir. Interesting. Made from crushed petals of 3 distinct plants, Blaylock's elixir is a potential aid to memory, allowing those who drink it to ensure they retain important information that they will never forget. Care must be taken after drinking, however, to avoid the fate of Grey Gale, who slowly lost her mind after taking Baylock's and started staring at a blank wall for 12 hours. I feel like those pictures would be pictures that I would find in this book. mean, the winter boar could kind of be that first one. Maybe I just don't have them yet. That seems like it's a problem. Next time. Alright, so for next time we have in Tibet, a noble elder stood silently watching starry skies. A young woman alone in the world, she was taken in by the sisterhood and given a home. It was a chance for redemption, a new start. Is that the lady that they were talking to me about? So maybe it's her story that we're being told. Okay. So with that, I think we're going to call the stream there because it's been 2 hours. We did 4 days worth of progress along with my random exploring. Again, I upload all these on the YouTube channel in VOD form so that you can watch them there if that's your preferred method. But I do want to say thank you for viewing the stream and stopping by. I hope to see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, night, evening, or whatever time it is for you.